This video is made possible by the following sponsors. Make sure to check out their products as well as the rest of my gear in the description below. Hey guys, I'm in awe of the size of this absolute unit here, and welcome back to Assetto Corsa for another video. By now I'm kind of running out of cars to take around the Nordschleife, so why not take a truck instead? Right here we have a Volvo Super Truck, a racing truck cab. Let's talk about numbers because this has some big ones. Take that how you want. This thing weighs nearly 5,000 kilograms, has nearly 4,000 newton meters of torque and over 1,000 brake horsepower. You mix all that together in a giant crazy racing bowl and you get this, and driving this thing is certainly unique. To make use of that massive amount of diesel torque, you're not really shifting any later than 3,000 RPM, and when you're using the torque, the rear tyres are essentially useless. You are drifting everywhere, hence why I have the circular Fanatec rim on today. And don't worry, it's actually bolted in this time, so it shouldn't come off mid-lap. If you haven't done so already, do yourself a favour and go and check out some real-life racing including these things, because they are just insane. Imagine 5 tons worth of truck coming at you at 200 kilometers an hour, and that pretty much sums up the racing. But of course guys, we're here to answer that very important question that no one ever asks. How fast can a racing truck lap the Nordschleife? One cheeky wheel change later and here we are inside our Volvo Super Truck, ready for a lap here of the Nordschleife. Only the most serious sim racing content on this channel. I have no idea what kind of time I'm aiming for in this. I guess if my outlap is anything to go by, I would love to try and get underneath 8 minutes. Whether that's going to be possible or not remains to be seen, but only one way to find out, and that's to go and chase it. So we start off in second gear, because first gear is pretty much useless in this thing. And just a quick reminder, over 1,000 brake horsepower, nearly 4,000 newton meters of torque, all wrapped up in 5,000 kilos worth of big old unit. And you're already seeing how this thing drives. Lots of oversteer all the way. Let's go for a lap of the green hell in a rotund, boy. Second gear then. For first corner, wait for the exit, then stamp on the throttle nice and sideways. Opposite lock all the way down towards Hatson back. We'll take fourth on the way through here just to be nice and careful. Power through to the exit. Bit of understeer there, but you expect that with something that weighs this much. We're going down a third through this section. It's been nice and easy. We can really use all the curbs in this thing. We can pretty much flatten the curbs. This thing is so heavy. Fourth through here, and again we'll go down the third, just try and keep some sort of momentum. Using a bit too much curb there, having my line dictated by the curb as opposed to running over, but it's okay. Easing the throttle out of there. Now up to fourth gear, and now diesel power, baby. This thing will get up to nearly 240 k's over the flue plats. No, it's a lie, after the flue plats. The words are hard when you're trying to figure out how to drive this absolute behemoth. There you go, nice and easy. Now we'll see that 240k. Sixth gear, you will notice that I'm shifting at a little bit earlier than the shift lights suggest, because this thing is all torque. And the torque, peak torque, is around 3,000 RPM, maybe even a little bit lower than that. So I'm really trying to make sure I am using that to its full advantage. Sixth gear there through the kink, and now harden the brakes. Down to third, big kick on the throttle. Very easy to miss a gear in this thing. And when you miss a gear during braking... When you miss a gear during braking, you just go straight on, and we don't really want that. Now we'll let gravity help us downhill. 5 tons of assistance before having it work against us as we go back uphill. Fifth gear again, 30 inside, use all that little curve there. Down to fourth and down to third. Soft, 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 and now we'll take second gear, brake in a straight line, try and turn in. Use the power to turn, there you go, that's how you do it. Nice and sideways, drifting. That wasn't the cleanest through there, but it was fun. That's the important thing, right? Go for the gears so quick in this thing. You don't really need a clutch on downshift all the time. You can just split, but I want to make sure that gear goes in, given what I said previously about going straight on if it doesn't. Oh no, there you go, a little bit of a lock on the way in. Mistake there, that'll cost us about a second or so maybe, or about half a second, but it's okay. None of these laps are ever perfect. very late apex there, or very late non-apex I should say. Now coming up to miss, hit, miss, which is an absolute challenge in this thing. If you go too fast there, you run onto the grass on the left and you just get dragged into the barrier. There you go, nice. So now we want to go from 5th to 3rd, brake a little bit, then go to 2nd, try and get it tucked in. That was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Easy on exit. There you go, now we stop the throttle. Making good progress so far. That sub 8 minute lap might not be on at the moment, but who knows, we might have a good last sector. Understeer through there, and then nail the throttle. Use the torque of 4th gear. So easy to get oversteering through there. Now, this corner coming up, the right-hander coming up the hill is probably the toughest one on the circuit for this truck. So easy to go wide there, and especially easy to miss a gear. So we'll go down to 4th, down to 3rd. Very early braking. Look for that apex, just a little bit early on it, and see, touch the curb. Forced us out wide and ruined our exit. But this is about the best lap I've done so far on this thing. It's such a challenge to get this thing around this circuit and anything remotely decent time-wise. Now we get a little bit of a break, and now look at this torque, just burning us up the hill. We're doing about 140 miles per hour right now in a truck, uphill at the Nordschleife. But that's what nearly 4,000 Newton meters of torque gives you. I love it. Easy through here, 3rd gear. Oh, just touch the grass on the way in. Come on, torque, save me. Thank you, basic torque. 6th gear, throw it over to the inside, let it slide in. There you go, that was nice. Now brake very early here. You can see skid marks on the circuit from my outlap where I didn't really make that corner. Balancing the power on those big fat rear tyres. Now for the carousel, we'll go down to 3rd. Easy on the way in, nice, nice, nice. Could probably take 2nd here, but I'll keep it in 3rd, use the torque on exit. There you go. A strangely tiring truck, I was about to say car, to drive. A lot of effort going into the wheel and on the pedals. 5th gear through here, sliding it through, down to 4th. I'll even take 3rd here just to make sure we get the nose in. Still being a bit too quick on the throttle as it's pushing the nose out. This can be a very fun section if it goes well. It rarely does though. Oh dear. There you go, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Absolutely zero grip. Oh no, we missed a gear. We just about got it back in time. Otherwise that would have been us going off. So many innuendos in this video so far. Unintentional, I assure you. There you go. YouTube corner. Imagine seeing this bad boy coming around. Oh no, I nearly missed a gear. I nearly went off. A YouTube corner, that would have been bad. 2nd gear for the uphill. Just use the engine braking to get us in. And then back up through the gears again. I'm not sure how we're doing time-wise. That 8 minute lap is hairy right now. We'll see. If we do break 8 minutes, that means this truck. Wow! Just about survived there. If we break 8 minutes, I know we will now, then this truck is faster on a Nordschleife than a rusty Integra, which would be absolute pog. Right now, though, it doesn't look like it's on. Coming up now to this last section, of course, the 2nd carousel. Just after this right-hander. Got to slow down more than you think for this in the truck. You just want to understeer off otherwise. And then 3rd gear. There it is. To get the front left in and then throttle and exit. Coming up to the 7 minute marker. Means we've got a minute to get to the line from about now. Otherwise, that 8 minute dream ain't going to happen. Easy. Easy. Now, unleash the diesel power. Diesel power by Prodigy plays in the background. The thing is, I could use another gear, really, just to use that torque, because right now we're at 241, 242, 243, 244 Ks down the straight here. Doesn't sound like much, but when you consider we are hauling 5 tons of diesel goodness, it ain't so bad. 20 seconds to the line. I don't think we're going to make it. Not in this thing. Come on, Trucko. It's going to be just over, I think. I've never really done this section before at speed. Let's see how we go. No, we're not going to make it. With a cleaner lap, maybe underneath 8 minutes, but we're just going to miss out. For the last corner then, bang the throttle. Lap time is an 8:05.1. And for a vehicle that I've said so many times weighs nearly 5 tons, just over 8 minutes around here, with there definitely being room to get under 8. Wow, this thing is, I'd say a wolf in sheep's clothing, but it's more of a wolf in elephant's clothing. It's a lot faster than you think it is, and a hell of a lot of fun to drive. There'll be a link to the mod in the description so you can give it a go yourself. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Between you and me, this video has been racked with technical issues and taken me a lot longer than it usually does to make. So if you did enjoy it, make sure to hit that like button. If you really enjoyed it, of course, hit subscribe to be notified of any future videos, as well as the bell notification icon, because for some reason subscribing to the channel isn't enough for you to see my new videos pop up in your sub box. As always, a massive thank you to my sponsors and to my Patreons. Take care, have an awesome day. I'll see you all next time.